G'day guys, today's video is part 3 of the Dancing Wings mini ugly stick build series. So this video, I'm hoping this will be the final video in this series. So basically I've gone through everything for this model, and so now it's down to covering and finishing off the control surfaces and the control linkages. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at what I've done on the workbench so far, and we'll go from there. Alrighty guys, so it does look like an absolute mess at the moment, but there is some order going on here. So the fuselage itself is, apart from covering, is built, is done. I will take the engine off shortly for covering and so forth, but that is done. The main wing here is done, and so that's done there. So we have the vertical stabilizer and rudder. We have the horizontal stabilizer and elevator, and we have the ailerons here. They've all been had slots put in for hinges. Yeah, so they've it's all been done. So now guys, really the last part is to cover it and put all the control horns and the control linkages and so forth on, and that's pretty much it guys. So what I'm going to do guys is I'm going to cover the fuselage and things like that, and the wing. I'll do it off camera, and I might set up, if I can, I'll try and set up my GoPro for time lapse, where I do, say for instance, the vertical and horizontal stabilizers and that. So when you're going to do this guys, make sure that where you've got the slots for the for your hinges and that done properly. That way after you've covered it, you can find the slot, so you can then cut through the covering with your hobby knife, and same with your control surfaces. So, and try and use a good quality covering if you can. I know it does get expensive, but you want it to be as good as possible. So what I'm going to do guys is I'm going to do it off camera, and we'll continue on from there. Alright guys, I have the covering done. I know I said I was going to try and do a bit of time lapse, but with other things going on, not related to this, I just didn't have time to set things up and that. In case you're all wondering what I've done here, so for instance, here we have the vertical stabilizer and we have the rudder. So obviously I marked out earlier where the hinges have to go. So what I did is when I covered this, I put the bare rudder up against there, marked it. Then once I'd covered the rudder, put it up against there and marked it again. So now I know where to cut through the covering for the hinges. So it's all the same with the horizontal stabilizer and elevator. Oh, that's the aileron. There we go. So that's the elevator there, and so I've put T for top. And so here we have the aileron, so we have right aileron, and this was obviously the left, so the procedure was all the same. So guys, all that's left to do now is final assembly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this all off camera, and you'll see it all finished. Well guys, as you can see, the stick is built, it is done, it is almost ready. So the build itself was pretty straightforward. There's a few little things I had to do to finish it off. So unfortunately here, so you can see these markings here where I had for the hinges. I tried cleaning it off with methylated spirits. However, it would appear that the CA glue that I used to hold the hinges on has protected that, and as a result I can't wipe that off. Could probably get it off with a bit of acetone, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now, to be honest guys, covering is not my forte. As you can see, it's not the best, but I mean, for what it is, for what I paid for it, I'm not going to complain. So the final part, so when it comes to the putting the wing on and that, I had to, unfortunately, I don't know if it's just because of its design, but right here I had to cut away some of the leading edge. It didn't quite fit into there, so got a little notch cut out for it. So in a way it actually helps, it makes it sit in the center. Now what I'll do is I will take the rubber bands off. I'm probably going to get some more rubber bands guys, because whoop, nearly launched it forward. These rubber bands aren't the best, I'll be honest. So the inside here, it's a very tight fit. Now, so you can see that's the receiver battery. I've got it as far back as I can put it. I've had to put, I don't know if we can see it there with the light, but the receiver is down in there. Because I was initially going to have the receiver and the receiver battery side by side, and the receiver battery on its side, not laying flat like this. However, because of such a tight space, what was happening is the receiver battery was fouling on the servo horns, on the servo horn on the wing there. So I've had to resort to putting it there for now, and the receiver is here. The reason why I've put the battery there is this is obviously, you know, this was never designed for a Cox Glow engine, and because of the weight, it is very nose heavy, and unfortunately because of that as well, I have tested the balance, and I'm going to have to put a 15 gram weight right there, which will help with the balance of the model. I'll probably put it underneath just to so it's not so obvious, but yeah, it is what it is guys. So but the build, like I said, the build was pretty straightforward. It was a fun build, and obviously the question now is, when are we going to see it fly? Hopefully from the time I finish filming this and uploading it, it'll probably be a week or so afterwards, just depending on the weather. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. Honestly guys, I think it's going to be a ballistic rocket ship. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this little series, guys. If you got any questions, you got any pointers, please don't hesitate to comment. But until the next video, guys, and until the maiden flight, enjoy your hobby and cheers.